Hello and welcome to our 4th edition of Great Barrow High School News. I'm Bethany Brain.
And I'm Dominic Punt. In this edition we have compiled some fantastic student achievements with exciting opportunities offered here at Great Barrow High School.
An amazing planetarium experience and a trip to Chicago was some of the opportunities on offer, but first an insight into Mr Dexter's role in the school and a little more.
Can you tell us about your role and tell us about your typical day at school?
My typical day starts very early with my kids, my 3 kids that get me up at about 6 o'clock. I get into work about 8 and I sit at my computer for much of the day crunching data for the school and looking at how the school reports to parents as well. I also teach maths at year 10, 11 and 6th form.
Who would be your ideal guest at a dinner party and why?
Right now I would say I'd have to invite Roy Hodgson and Stephen Gerrard to mull over what happened at the World Cup and give them a little bit of my advice as well.
And who would you choose to play you in a film?
I'll go with, I think his name is Nick Frost, an actor who's currently doing Mr Sloan at the moment.
If you could have one superpower, what would it be and why would you have it?
I'm going to go with time travel. I'd like to flip through time, forwards and backwards. I'm always fed up missing certain things in life and just to see what the future holds.
And finally, 3 words to describe the students at Barrow High School.
Confident, boisterous, certainly quite a lot of the time, and caring.
It's great for everyone to see what the leaders in the school are up to and who they'd have for dinner.
Yes, who would you have at a dinner party?
Probably Kanye West, but this isn't about me. Last November, students were given the chance to take over Thompsons Museum and have their say on how it should be promoted and how the displays could be improved. This proved an invaluable experience organised by Mrs Field.
It was an opportunity for students in 7 to 13 to go to the museum, just basically to have a look around the museum and to feed back to the museum staff as to how they could improve their facilities there. So they just went round and they just had a look and then they got into groups, and it was really nice seeing the year groups working together. So year 13s worked with year 7s and they had to write down ideas to feedback, and they presented their ideas at the end of ways in which they could improve.
It seemed a bit old-fashioned. Some of the displays were a bit kind of back in the past, and they kind of needed to be modernised to get younger people involved and get kind of more people coming there as a community. It's good. It's to show that Chelmsford's history and that we have a museum to show our local history and what Chelmsford is as a town, not just now, but 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 100 years ago, 300 years ago, and that's great for people to learn about.
What a learning experience for those students. I would love to have that opportunity. It's great when students get to have a say in the local community. What about the planetarium we had in the school?
Students were taken into a self-contained inflatable planetarium and were shown various aspects of the universe and learnt about the life cycle of stars.
Why do you have a great big dome? Can you explain what we've got here?
Of course, this is a planetarium, and throughout today, the whole of Year 7 I've been visiting the planetarium to find out about our solar system and planets and the ecology of what's going on in our universe.
And this afternoon we will be joined by Year 8 for a separate activity.
I really liked the inflatable planetarium because it was really cool when we could see the stars and we were able to lie down so we could see what it would be like to live on a different planet.
And it soaks up all the good stuff out of our food and it sends it via our blood system to all the parts of our body that need it. Our blood system is kind of like the transport system for the body. So it takes our blood, energy and nutrients to, sorry if I it takes it to our organs, our muscles, our huge throbbing brains. Oh, nice. So that's where all the good stuff goes.
Wow, that experience was certainly out of this world. Back down to earth and early mornings in the library, where dozens of students are helping to learn and improve their reading skills.
Reading levels here improved dramatically and the relationships built are invaluable. Let's take a look at our incredible sports readers.
Hi, I'm Alex Hemming. I'm part of Year 13. I've been with the sports readers since it started, so I've worked with 2 people since I started. In my first year, I worked with a girl in Year 9, and the overall effect was that she increased her reading age by over 2 years in the 6 months that we were doing it. It helped her social skills, it made her more alert in the day, and it helped her discuss, it helped her with her overall GCSEs because she could talk to someone who's already done it, like me. So I've already been through it, so I could understand. She could try and develop her skills so she could help people. And then this year she's now come on to become a reader, so she's passed on the skills I've taught to her to help other people.
I am Robert Rigby. I'm a writer, an author. I write books for children, for young adults. I come to talk to the students about my new book, which is this one, which is called The Eagle Trail. In fact, this is a book set in World War II.
I like getting up every morning at about 7, getting in at like 8. I didn't have this when I was in the lower years, and if I did, my reading would have been so much better.
It's helped me in my English lessons to build confidence. That I can kind of read tricky words.
When we come across a word that she's not sure about, we can split it up together, so it's easier for her to say. Then I'll read a bit, she'll read a bit, to make it a more enjoyable experience for her.
Well, Primeval, Doctor Who, and Pig.
It's helped a lot because when I came here and moved here the beginning of Year 8, and I never used to be able to read. Like now I've only been here for like a year and a little bit, and it's I can actually read.
I certainly do. It's a bit of a campaign of mine to get boys back to reading, because I think if they do read, once they get into the habit, they're with it for life.
It's not just the reading skills, but the confidence levels too, isn't it? The amount of talented students we have in this school means we'll never run out of news programmes.
You're not wrong, Beth. Abby Sylvester is a talented ice hockey player who has competed all over the country. Let's find out a little more.
My name is Abby Sylvester and I currently play for Chelmsford under 14 boys and Bracknell under 16 girls.
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to.
I have been playing hockey for 7 years. The reason I am playing is because of my brother and my uncle. It looked very fun.
physically fit woman, physically fit, physically fit, physically fit woman. Nice, sweet, fantastic. Big ship on the ocean, the big Titanic woman, and nice, sweet, energetic. Big ship on the ocean, the big Titanic woman, and nice, sweet, fantastic. Big ship on the ocean, the big Titanic woman, and nice, sweet, fantastic. Big ship on the ocean, the big Titanic woman. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. Yeah, I like to move it.
From hockey to basketball and a trip to the US of A, Year 9 basketballers experienced life the other side of the pond on a basketball tour of Chicago and Indianapolis.
Highlights with the Sears Tower, fantastic, absolutely brilliant. The beam, but the best bit had to be watching the boys' skills because of development of their skills over the period of time that we were over there was phenomenal. Coach Shears had them in the right way. He had them performing in the gym before we went. When we got out there, they repeated some of the drills, and then they just got better and better and better and better. It was a real pleasure to watch.
I won't stop now. Keep your hands up, get them in the sky for the homies that ain't making it, my folks locked down. I never went nowhere, but they saying Luda's back. Blame it on that contour.
Had been involved with professional basketball players so that they knew exactly what was needed from them.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money in my mind, I can't get up. And every time I step up in the building, everybody's hands go up.
They performed outstandingly for it. There were some terrific individual performances, but the key feature was they performed well as a squad.
I would love to go to Chicago. Thank you for joining us and stay tuned for our next edition of GBHS. I'm Beth Brain.
And I'm Don Pun. Bye!